Good day, everyone. Today, we're going to explore one of the most vibrant and culturally rich indigenous tribes in the Philippines, the Tibuli, known as the Dream Weavers. The Tibuli people live in the southern part of Mindanao and are famous for preserving ancient traditions, colorful costumes, and a deep connection to nature. In this report, we will take a closer look at their location, population, behavior, culture, practices, language, beliefs, and what they do to protect their heritage in the modern time. Let's begin our journey with their location.
The Tiboli live in the mountainous areas of South Cotabato, mainly in Lake Cebu. The environment provides food, materials, and shelter. Their homes are made from bamboo and wood and are often built in stilts.
The Tiboli people live mostly in the mountainous part of South Cotabato, which is in Mindanao, the southern part of the Philippines. Most of them live in a town called Lake Cebu, which is known for its beautiful lakes, forests, and mountains. This place is not only peaceful and full of nature, but it is also where the Tiboli culture is strongest. Lake Cebu gives the Tiboli almost everything they need to live: food, water, materials for building houses, and crops and land for farming. The lakes, especially Lake Cebu itself, are full of fish like tilapia, which the Tiboli catch and eat. The forests around them are very important too. These forests give them fruits, plants used for medicine, wood for fire and buildings, and vines like rattan and bamboo to make crops and tools. The forest is also a place where they can hunt animals, but more than that, the Tiboli respect nature deeply. They believe that spirits live in the mountains, trees, and lakes, so they treat nature with great care. Most Tibuli are farmers. They grow crops like rice, corn, sweet potatoes, cassava, and vegetables. They do not use machine much. Instead, they plant and harvest by hand using method passed down from their elders. Some Tibuli also raise animals like chickens, pigs, and carabaos, a kind of water buffalo, which help them on the farm or serve as food. Their homes are simple but smartly built. Tibuli houses are made from natural materials like bamboo, wood, grass, and palm leaves. These houses are usually built on stilts or tall wooden posts to keep them safe from floods and to keep bugs or snakes from getting in. Under the house, there is a space for storing things or keeping animals inside the house. There are open areas for cooking, sleeping, and working, such as weaving or making crops, because they live so close to nature. The Tiboli people have a way of life that is very connected to the environment. The food they eat, the clothes they wear, the things they believe in, all of these come from their surroundings. They believe that they must take care of the land, water, and forest because these give them life and are home to powerful spirits. This close relationship with nature has helped the Tiboli keep their old traditions alive. Even today, their famous tinalak cloth, from, for example, is made using abaca fibers from banana plants and dyed with colors from natural sources. Their design often come from dreams, which is why they are called dream weavers.
Population from 2020 to 2025. Estimated population was 160,000 in 2020 and has grown to 180,000 to 190,000 in 2025. They mostly live in the rural areas and some have migrated but retain cultural ties.
According to the Philippine Statistic Authority, the number of Tibuli people in the country was about 160,000 in the year 2020. Over the years, this number has gone up. By 2025, their population is now estimated to be between 180,000 and 190,000. This means that the Tibuli community is growing even though they face many challenges in today's world. One of the biggest challenges the Tibuli face is modernization. This means that more and more places are becoming modern with roads, tall buildings, technology, and new ways of living. Because of this, some Tibuli ways of life are slowly changing. Some young people leave their hometowns to go to school or find work in big cities. Also, there are fewer forests and farming areas now because of land development. Another problem is that in many remote places where the Tibuli live, there is limited access to hospitals, good schools, and other government services, which makes life harder for them. The increase in the Tibuli population is a hopeful sign. It shows that they are surviving, growing, and holding onto their identity. Even though modern life brings many changes, the Tibuli are still strong as a community. They continue to pass down their knowledge, traditions, and values from one generation to the next. As long as they stay united and proud of who they are, the Tibuli will continue to grow not just in number but also in cultural strength. The Tibuli people have one of the most special and unique cultures in the whole Philippines. They are most famous for making a beautiful and sacred cloth called tinalak. This cloth is not like any other because it is made using abaca fibers, a strong plant material that comes from a type of banana tree. But what makes it really special is how the design is created. The patterns for the tinalak come from dreams. That's why the women who make the cloth are called dream weavers. Aside from weaving, the Tibuli also have a very rich and beautiful musical culture. They play traditional instruments that are made from bamboo, wood, and metal. One of these is the higilum, a two-string instrument that they play like a guitar. Another is the kubing, a small instrument made of bamboo that you place near your mouth and pluck with your finger. It makes a soft twanging sound and it's sometimes called a jow harp. They also play the kulintang, which is a row of small gongs arranged in order. These instruments are usually played during dances, celebrations, or Kuya Kayawa. Their dances and songs tell stories. They are not just for fun. They often show important parts of Tibuli life, like love and courtship, the beauty of nature, the joy of harvest time, or old legends and myths. Dancing and music are ways for the Tibuli to express their feelings, history, and culture. The clothing of the Tibuli people is also very beautiful and meaningful. Tibuli women wear colorful hand-woven clothes called kigal bintalas. These blouses are decorated with beads, tiny bells, and brass accessories, which make soft jingling sound when they move. They also wear skirts and wrap cloths around their waists. Men wear traditional shirts and pants, also decorated with colorful patterns and accessories. Sometimes they wear headbands or sashes too. The Tiboli people are known for being very peaceful, kind, and respectful. They live simple lives, but their values and ways of living are rich and meaningful. One of the most important things for them is living in harmony with others and with nature. They care deeply about their families, their neighbors, and the environment around them. In the Tibuli community, family is the center of everything. People don't just live with their parents and siblings. Often they live with their whole extended family. This includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Sometimes they all live under one roof or they build houses very close to each other. This way, families can support and help one another in daily life, whether it's in cooking, farming, taking care of children, or during times of celebration or difficulty. The Tibuli show great respect for their elders. Older people in the family and community are listened to and looked up to. They are believed to have wisdom and life experience that can guide younger generations. Decisions in the family or community are often made by discussing things with the elder first. Children are taught from a young age to always greet and respect other people, follow advice, and behave politely. Another important part of Tibuli life is how they care for nature. They believe that nature is sacred and should not be abused. They live in a sustainable way, which means they only take what they need from the land, lakes, and forests. When they go fishing, they don't catch more than what their family can eat. When they farm, they plant just enough food to feed their household, and they make sure to leave some land and plants undisturbed so the nature can stay balanced. This kind of lifestyle helps keep their environment healthy for future generations. They do not waste food or water. They reuse and recycle natural materials, and many of their tools, homes, and clothes are made from what the land provides, such as bamboo, abaca, and wood. Tibuli children learn these values from an early age. As they grow up, they are taught to help out in the household. Boys and girls help with farming, fishing, weaving, cooking, or taking care of younger siblings. Through these daily tasks, they learn the importance of hard work, responsibility, and cooperation. Parents and elders guide them patiently and teach them not how to do chores but also why it's important to live with respect, honesty, and care for others. Behavior.
Practices and traditions. The Tibuli people have many traditional practices that are still followed today. These customs are not just old habits. They are important parts of their culture that connects them to their ancestors, nature's spiritual beliefs. One of the most special traditions is the weaving of tinala cloth. This cloth is known all over the Philippines and is deeply meaningful to the Tibuli. It is not just a piece of fabric, it is considered sacred. Only Tibuli women can weave it, and they are often called dream weavers. This is because the design come to them in dreams, and they believe that the spirits of the abaca plant, known as Fu Dalu, shows them the patterns while they sleep. Before a woman begins to weave, she does more than just prepare the materials. She usually performs a small ritual to ask for permission and guidance from the spirits. This helps her connect spiritually to her work and ensure that the process is done with respect and care. For the Tibuli, weaving is both a skill and a spiritual act. Rituals are also very important in farming and planting. The Tibuli live close to the nature and believe that everything has a spirit, including the land, trees, and water. Before planting rice or other crops, families perform a ritual to ask permission from the spirit of the land, which they call Fu. These rituals may include prayers, songs, chants, and sometimes animal offerings, like chicken or pigs. They believe this brings blessings for a good harvest and keeps bad luck away. Language. One of the most fascinating aspects of Tiboli culture is their language, which is also called Tiboli or sometimes referred to as Tagabulol. This language is part of the Austronesian language family, which connects it to many other languages across the Philippines, Southeast Asia, and even as far as the Pacific Islands. However, the Tiboli language is very distinct, with its own unique sound system, vocabulary, and expressions that reflects the tribe's environment, beliefs, and way of life. Since Tiboli is not commonly taught through books or formal writing system, elders in the community play a very important role. They are the guardians of language and culture, and they pass their knowledge down to younger generations through everyday conversations, traditional ceremonies, and performances. Without the elders, much of language and the cultural wisdom embedded in it could be lost. Recognizing this, efforts have been made to preserve and promote the Tiboli language. In some indigenous schools and culturally responsive education programs in Mindanao, the Tiboli language is now being formally taught to children. This helps strengthen their connection to their identity and prevents the younger generation from losing touch with their roots, especially as modern influences grow stronger. Marriage and family. Marriage occurs between ages 15 to 20. Traditions include arranged marriage and bride price. Families are extended and rules are respected. Marriages are often arranged by the parents or elders, especially in more rural or traditional areas. This is done not only to unite two individuals but also to strengthen family ties, alliances, or social harmony between clans or families. While the couple's feelings may be considered, the arrangement is primarily a family and communal decision. guided by the elders' wisdom and experience. An important tradition in Tiboli marriage is the giving of the bride price, or what they call kifed. This is a symbolic offering from the groom's family to the bride's family. The bride price often includes livestock like chickens, pigs, or carabaos, hand-woven tinala cloth, money, or other valuable goods. It is not seen as buying the bride, but rather as gesture of respect and a way to show that the groom's family can provide for and honor the bride. Weddings in the Tiboli community are colorful and festive occasions. They are more than just a union between two people. They are community celebrations. Traditional music, gong playing, chanting, dancing, and rituals fill the event. Along with a feast that brings everyone together, elders may perform sacred rituals to bless the couple, and various customs are followed to ensure good fortune and fertility in the marriage. When it comes to family structure, the Tiboli usually live in extended family household. This means that it's common to see grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins living under the same roof or very close by. Grandparents play a major role in raising the children, passing on wisdom, stories, and traditions that go back generations. One of the most iconic symbols of Tiboli heritage is the tinalak weaving tradition. This sacred art form is practiced almost exclusively by women, especially those referred to as dream weavers. According to tradition, tinalak patterns are revealed through dreams, believed to be gifts from Fudalo, the spirits of Abaca. Because of this spiritual connection, weaving tinalak is more than just creating fabric. It is a sacred cultural practice. Young Tiboli girls learn this skill from their mothers and grandmothers. They are taught how to harvest and strip abaca fibers, dye them using natural and traditional materials, and weave the intricate pattern by hands. Each of step is done with care, patience, and respect for ancestral teachings. This intergenerational transfer of knowledge helps keep the art of weaving alive and also strengthens the bond between elders and youth. Another important way that Tiboli preserve their culture is through festivals, especially Sislong Festival, which is celebrated in Lake Cebu. This colorful festival serves as a public display of Tiboli pride, featuring parades in traditional attire, indigenous music, tribal dances, craft exhibits, and ritual performances. It is not only a time for celebration, but also a chance to educate visitors and the younger generation about the rich customs, history, and values. Events like this help instill a sense of cultural pride and visibility in the wider Filipino community. Education also plays a vital role in cultural preservation. In recent years, schools in indigenous communities have begun integrating indigenous knowledge systems and practices, or IKSP, into the school curriculum. This means students are not only learning standard academic subjects, but also Tiboli songs, dances, oral traditions, ritual, and local history. By doing this, children grow up with a stronger understanding of their roots and deeper connection to their culture, even while navigating the modern world. As we end our journey through the life, culture, and traditions of the Tiboli people, we are reminded of the richness and beauty of indigenous heritage in the Philippines. The Tiboli are more than just a tribe. They are living symbols of harmony with nature, deep spiritual belief, and artistic excellence. May we live here not just informed but inspired to honor indigenous peoples, protect our cultural roots, and celebrate the diversity that makes the Philippines truly unique. Thank you for listening.